Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things you should know about the May Ascension energy here in 2018. I come to you feeling very blessed and grateful from beautiful Sedona, way up almost at the top of Bell Rock. And the reason I mention that is because if you guys have heard about Sedona, and I assume many of you have, you know it has a very powerful, unique, an expansive, healing, supportive energy about it. If you just stay anywhere here in the city for a couple days, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more dialed in, your vibration will raise. And that is the same exact collective energy going on right now in May. I keep saying it, but the winter was tough. We were digging deep, man, really letting go of a lot of stuff. And now there's so much opening, so much space that this like new energy, it feels like a new supportive energy is here, just lifting us up, assisting us in every way imaginable. So I'm obviously very excited about this energy, and I look forward to this update in particular because it's like really good news. So I'm going to break it down as I normally do. But before I do, if you guys are new to my channel, for one, what's up? It's good to have you here. I'm seeing more and more people resonate with this type of information, which to many is sort of out there, but people are finding themselves resonating with this type of content. So if you're new to my channel, I've created a free guided meditation. It's specifically designed for people who are experiencing the different ups and downs of the awakening. It'll help you balance out, raise your frequency, and just feel a lot better. And it's real easy to do. Again, it's totally free. Check it out below in the description if you're interested. And with that said, I will get into the video. Number one, as I mentioned, it's a supportive energy, and you will notice support in your life coming from all directions. I had an interesting experience just last night in the sauna. I was supported. So me and my buddy Aaron were in Sedona right now, and we were in the sauna after a nice long day. Not the sauna, the steam room. And this one really interesting, almost eccentric sort of guy kind of like stampedes in, and he's just sort of like taking over, and he wants to get more steam in the steam room. He's pouring water in the machine, and he's just sort of like marching around. And at first I was like, I didn't know what to make of this guy. He had a real big presence about him. And then we got to talking actually, and he actually ran this collective, or I don't know if he ran or participated in this collective awakening big event. There's a lot of people here for this big like Ascension related sort of event. And he was this really like, just like sort of, he had a real huge, out there, outgoing, expressive presence. You knew where you stood with him. He just let it all out there. And he was having us, he suggested everyone in the steam room participate in this, these chants. He taught all the different people in the steam room randomly, strangers some of them, how to do these different chakra chants. We were all chanting in the steam room. And I noticed when that happened that I was like getting winded faster than some of these other people. We were out to dinner, me and my buddy, a couple hours prior, and I had a couple of drinks. And even though it was a kombucha and vodka, not that bad. I felt like the combination of what I was doing with my body and then doing these chants in the steam room, there was a dissonance. It was sort of a contradiction. And my point is, this bold, expressive guy showed me that, you know what, Vic, you really could be doing more to manage your energy, to keep yourself clear. Because I felt like what we did was effective, but I also felt like my vessel was not as pure as it should be, especially doing the kind of work I do. So it was incredibly inspiring and enlightening, and this guy's energy was just sort of helpful to me anyway because he was so like carefree and unapologetic about being so open, something I could learn from. So I learned a lot by this random guy who just happened to waltz into the steam room at the exact same time I was in there. I had this major like epiphany about making massive changes in my life. So that's one way it can happen. It can happen many ways. You're going to find that you're going to come into the right information, the right people, the right circumstance, the right healing energy. I'm in Sedona right now. There's energy healing me as we speak. That is going to help lift you up to your potential, which is now needed more than ever. Number 2, I would imagine many of you will also notice this assistance coming from the non-physical. You might start to develop a relationship that you've been really wanting to develop with your spirit guides now. You might be having dream healings, dream messages, dream energy surges. You might find yourself attracted to go to some Reiki practitioner or an energy healer, and there's this non-physical energy healing you. The universe wants you to shine like the diamond that you are, and it's going to come. There's things that are going to happen in your life to help you. It's going to come from all angles, and a lot of it's not even what you would expect. It might not be a book you're reading or a blog post or a YouTube video. It could be something that happens in your dream. I had a bunch of dream activity last night that was sort of interesting. Sometimes what happens to me is the last phrase or sentence, verbalized in my dream, I wake up remembering that like it's ringing in my mind. And I had that happen several times last night with relevant, positive, assisting type of messages I just wake up with. One of the times was interesting. I woke up exactly at 3 a.m. with this message. So it was really like the support is here. You're able to perceive the support now more than ever, and it's only gonna exponentially increase. Number 3, and you probably feel this, it is time for you to take yourself to the next, like several levels up, the next level. It's time to expand. It's time to be your best self now. You'll be supported, and you'll probably also feel encouraged just naturally, organically within to do things to just raise your vibration, to starve your ego, it's a real time to really just again take it to that next level. Like the way I'm going to do this is just seeing this guy and seeing how poorly I performed these simple verbal mantras. I'm going to start practicing those. I'm going to start clearing my energy. And I'm actually a Kundalini yoga instructor. I'm going to start doing more Kundalini yoga and breath work and eating clean and making sure to get out into nature as much as possible, making sure to take action on my dreams even when I feel nervous about it. Really, it's time to do that. So you might feel called to do that in your own way, and you don't have to take notes about what I'm doing. You'll have your own little notepad, and you'll naturally feel guided towards certain things that are relevant. Maybe it's to modify your diet, maybe it's to join a yoga class, maybe it's to join a CrossFit gym, maybe it's to start playing guitar and get guitar lessons, because that puts you in that frequency. It could be anything. But if you feel that, make time for it. Do it, because you'll be rewarded. The way the energy is now, it's like you almost got to be living a fairly high vibration lifestyle to not be in stress, to not be stuck in the dualistic experiences germane to the denser 3D sort of realm, which is sort of overlapping this higher plane. Where right now we're kind of dancing between both worlds, and if you just take simple measures to raise your frequency, you will live a higher vibrational lifestyle. You will have more synchronicity, more non-physical guidance, more energy. You'll feel better. You'll be more clear. You'll get more awesome, inspired downloads / ideas that you'll know what to do with, and life can greatly accelerate from this point forward. Number 4 is you might find as you go through this transformation that you will be inspired, just as you might be to join the yoga class. You might have that feeling to do something that you might be hesitant to do, usually pertaining to being your true self more around other people, just in your life, just being more authentic. It's a time to do that. It's not always easy to push outside of your comfort zone. The mind has an endless scroll of doubtful thoughts that it can just stream through your mind like a projector machine or something. I couldn't think of the right word. But so my point is, it's not always easy. But if you do that, you'll be rewarded. You'll have more support. In fact, I saw a woman just yesterday, this psychic lady, and she said, "Victor, you got to stop pulling back." Because I do that, not so much in my videos, I let it all out, but in public, I really don't always say what's on my mind. In fact, I rarely do. And I have, what I want to share about, kind of like the camera here, I feel comfortable, but in public, I hold back. And she said, "You got to start letting it come through and pushing it out, and pushing it out, and pushing it out, because for one, I'll feel better energetically, but it's the time, man. My buddy's up there perched on some cool stoop, and he just shot a YouTube video. His name is Aaron Dowdy. Most of you probably know that, my good buddy. And he has a huge YouTube following, where he talks a lot about like raising your vibration and reality transurfing and stuff that is more easily accepted. But 5 minutes ago, he shot this other video that was probably more esoteric than the stuff I share. And that was him. He was like, should I do that, Vic? You know, the video was amazing. He did a phenomenal job. But he was like, how'd that come out? I was like, do it. And he knew it. He said, hey, I'm going to do it. So even us, people that you see like maybe, doing well in a sense, it's an individual thing. You will be pushing outside your comfort zone in your own way. It might have nothing to do with YouTube or sharing to any kind of audience. It could just be wearing that sacred geometry shirt that you don't wear because you think your family is going to think it's weird. Put that beast on and rock that. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't hold back from doing what you want to do internally. It's very important that people do that now, because and also it'll be more well received. The energy is different. It's been slowly changing the collective consciousness and the mindset of people. So when you do this, even though if like 6 months ago you would have probably predictably had some kind of reaction, now it's different. Do it now, and you'll see there'll be less resistance and more receptivity among even people who you would assume would gawk at you being more boldly yourself. Number 5. As you can probably tell by the vibe of this video, it's an energy of expansion. It's like you might be on a path that's starting to splinter off, and there's all these new expanded like opportunities available. In fact, I had this little illustration that sort of captures what I mean. It's not the best drawing, but you can hopefully see it. See how there's a line, and then the line, you're on a path, you're doing something fairly singular, and all of a sudden it just boom, it's just forking and it's splintering off, and it's not like you got to pick one. It's just that's sort of the nature of this expansive awakening journey we are on. It's not just more linear stuff, faster, it's speed, but also more expanded. So what I'm saying is that in your life, in your vocation, your passion, your career, just what you represent and where you're going in life, generally speaking, you might find expanding new ideas, new directions, and multiple new directions. It's a killer time to be alive. It's like we're being heavily rewarded, from like the winter work we've done. So it's a time to not hold back. I kind of relate it to like an air balloon. Air balloons, from my limited understanding, at some point before they lift off, have a lot of different ropes attached to the ground, right? And they slowly, one by one, take off the ropes. And there's a threshold. Eventually, you cut that last rope and you lift off. And that's kind of what's happening. The winter was about letting go, cutting those ropes, and now you are lifting off, my friend. Hope you're enjoying it. That's all I have to share in this video. In a moment, I'll keep you guys on if you're interested and show you some B-roll. You can't see it now. I had to get the lighting right, but what I'm looking off at is just gorgeous. And I want to kind of share this Sedona experience with you as best I can. Hope you're all having a killer day and an awesome month. I feel very good about this month. See you guys next time. Peace.